fill a large dumpster full of literal horse shit and then throw it out with a lit match in it, you underestimate Sunrise's ability to improvise large kabooms.
You have not blown up a dumpster full of horseshit yet.
Fine. Let me clarify. She's not going to put it in the basement, then forget about it.
Well,
no, she'll carry it around on her and forget about it.
Anyway, that was like one of the more potent explosions, barring a balefire bomb.
I'm afraid of how big an explosion it would be if they took the exact conditions for the Beirut bomb, then added the sunrise effect.
Right, I don't think that grain silo would have still been standing.
I mean, base explosions is what, 15%? Just figure out the size of the blast and it's math from there.
No, it's double the explosion range.
Hey, I forgot.
That's why base explosions is so ridiculous.
And all that has to happen is Sunrise has to be present to be within sensory range.
Well, I was going to say, technically all she needs to be is aware of the explosion. That, I believe, is the wording of the trait.
Well, there's also the, what is it? Is it a perk or trait that just straight up doubles it on a crit? It's specifically on a crit.
I believe that's a perk that I don't have.
Oh,
yeah.
I have the perks list open.
I have no intention of getting that perk. I prefer to be able to control my explosive.
Where's the fun in that?
Still curious though. I had it open because I was shopping through the power armor perks because the power armor perks are pretty cool.
I mean, power armor's pretty cool.
But to put yesterday's explosion into everyone's perspective, the blast radius is half of Manhattan. It would have suffered reported damages.
Oh yeah.
Roughly a third of that blast range, so a sixth of Manhattan would have heavy damages, and a tenth of Manhattan would just be leveled.
I haven't really been watching the news. How many people were killed?
There, as of right now, they are reporting 135 confirmed dead, over 10,000 injured.
Oof.
That's getting off easy on the death count, so that's good.
Ouch. Also, by the way, I found it.
Please remember that death count is likely going to go up drastically in the coming days because explosions have this terrible habit of doing things like rending people to pieces, so you don't realize they're dead until they're either missing for an extended period of time and or you happen to find a small piece of them and use DNA to identify that small piece. So please do understand that anyone that was within the immediate blast range that is currently missing is probably dead.
Not to mention, there will be survivors who die over the coming days from either the injuries or complications of the injuries.
Yeah. The internal damage from the blast. Ouch.
Boy, I came into a heavy subject. Oh, God.
You kind of just walked in on this.
Here. So here is a before and after satellite image.
Yeah, I saw the explosion. I've never seen pieces of building just evaporate like that. It completely caught me off guard.
Yeah, you could park a good-sized vessel in that crater.
It's worse than that, Lenzabe. Here's the before. For all of you people here in Discord, here's a before image for you to realize just how massive of an explosion this is.
In live stream?
Yeah, here's the before.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the after.
Yes. Those two ships in the top corner, you could park them in the crater.
No. Those ships you see docked there are super carrier transports. You know those things that transport 500-600 cars at a time across the ocean? You couldn't just park a large ship there. No. A large ship was vaporized. Because if you look in the photograph, you'll notice a small white outline to the right of the crater. That's a sunken vessel.
Yep.
And
It looks like
you'll notice in the before image there were 2 ships parked next to that. One of them is just gone.
the one that's gone looks like it might be a fuel tanker or tender.
Did it
No,
explode?
it's another super transport. It's just it's
No, a smaller one.
No, I think it got washed up on shore fee.
no, it's nowhere present in the image at all, and either in the after image at all.
No,
Yes,
no,
it is.
I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up.
Yeah,
I'm looking
it
at
is right there. It's on the shore.
Yeah,
This
it's
big
on the
boat
shore just southeast of east southeast of
So-
the
literally
detonation.
pushed the boat onto the dock area.
Yep.
Holy
Where the
shit.
building that was right there is completely vaporized.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
2 buildings right there, actually.
So it sank one and flopped one onto the land. Holy shit!
Wow, this is uncomfortable.
That was
Yes.
a beast of a bomb. Well, explosion.
Again, not a bomb. This
No.
is an industrial accident.
Chemical
Yeah.
explosion.
This is comparable to the ammo transport. Was it a coal transport? The one that blew up. Where was it?
Well, anyway,
Hello.
Hi, Prince
If-
Dazzle.
hey,
I've been working more on trying to be a lot more sociable. So, hello.
there we go. It helps.
I've been having a social stigma over the last couple of months just because, well, to let you know exactly what's been going on with me, why I haven't really been talking is every Sunday, since the whole COVID thing started, my family was doing a Zoom meeting.
YouTube. He means beer, not COVID. He means beer.
Oh,
Continue.
yes. The Backstreet Boys tour is raging. So my parents will always do the Zoom thing, and it always turns into a political side because the family's kind of split down halfway. And I either have to listen to it for several hours, which is difficult, or I usually get forced to pick a side. And that's really stressful for me.
You don't have to listen to it for any amount of time because the moment that it starts and it becomes uncomfortable, you can simply go, well, I'll talk to all of you later and hang up because you are sitting in a house by yourself where they can't force you to do anything.
Yes, I am.
And if they want to get mad at you for it, well, then I'm sorry.
Yes,
That's always been my opinion of people who are blood related to me is no, I get to pick and choose who's in my life. I don't have to keep you.
Yeah, it's. I guess it's just it's something I don't usually. It doesn't pop in my head just because it's just how I am. But multiple people have told me the same thing, so it's gotten to the point where I just don't really do the Zooms anymore at all because I'm like, if anything gets political, I'm just gonna go. So that's what I've been doing, and to shift back into doing things, I've been making an attempt to be more social with everyone around. So hello.
Anyway, here's something that'll make you all smile. As someone lost their Roomba.
It got loose.
Oh no, just wait till he gets the knife. Higgins cannot swim.
Oh, his God. Some cat probably stole it and wanted it for a steed.
Oh, yay, fuckery.
I like the fact that it says does not bite. Like, you had to make that specification. Just, make sure anybody was scared about approaching the Roomba.
I've been working on this account for an hour and a half. this family of 13, all the men in the family, which there are 11, all have the same first name, middle name, and last name. And I'm trying to figure out whose medication this is because they didn't give me a date of birth.
Oh, people, seriously, names are supposed to be unique identifiers.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
So I'm just like, okay. And I sent information to the doctor, and I'm like, I need the date of birth. And they sent it back to me and said it's on the file. And I'm like, yeah, there's fucking 13 people on this account.
Family with no imagination for names. Jeebus.
That's what I do all day. It's just read doctor's handwriting, which is very difficult. I've gotten good at it, though. I've gotten really good at it. And B, decipher why a doctor would send me a prescription with no medication on it and think I should know what the person's getting prescribed.
I understand this because my grandmother does the exact same thing. She hates it when they do this.
Yeah, I got one earlier today, actually. It's a repeat of what happened a couple weeks ago where this person gave me one that was for John. No last name, no date of birth, no address. Under medication, it had a question mark. And I fax the doctor and I say, I need this, because of HIPAA and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, you filled that thing last month, you should know who
Stream
it is.
tip overload. We have all hands, prepare for exploded broken Fiaura in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Detonation imminent.
Got to get things kicking.
Mini vent.
Yep, I know.
Actually, one of my fans that I've been using exploded this morning, so that was a fun thing to wake up at 2 in the morning.
Oh shit!
It was making a noise, and I'm like, "Oh, that's weird." I leaned into it, and all of a sudden,
so wait, you were leaning into it? What?
It was 2 in the morning. I literally rolled out of bed. I'm like, "What's that noise?" My brain.
That's one way of waking up.
My brain doesn't brain when I brain.
I bet it was
what an alarm.
The funniest part about that whole thing is, in my flailing of falling backwards from the thing bursting in my face, I hit Discord, which I have my own personal Discord, and I logged into the actual voice channel, and I didn't realize it, and I went to bed. So the people in my voice chat got to hear me snoring for the next 4.5 hours.
Should always be on push to talk.
Well, true. I rarely ever am, though. At the chagrin of most people, unfortunately.
Yeah, Fee, I think that's a hopefully more informative one that I posted.
Yes, I'm still currently at work. I just wanted to see what was going on. Oh yes,
We're busy creating more heresy for Fee to turn into a book for you to then talk about in a video.
Well,
in some circles, this will be referred to as coming full circle.
And I know Fee's tired because she kept calm.
No, because I'm legitimately far too tired.
I'm very tired.
Like I said,
can I just say it's my job to be tired? It's 2 a.m. here.
Yes, it is. But I woke up before 8 to get all the packages ready. Went to the post office at 11. Was at the post office and only got home at 3:30. Post office, by the way, is less than a block and a half from my house. And then realized that I could either nap or I could get the stream ready.
Yep. Dang.
So you totally should have napped.
You should have started a napping stream. Everyone loves napping stream. Oh god, my throat hurts so bad today.
Everybody loves Hypnotoad.
No one wishes to hear me snore because the air is so dry it wrings out my throat.
I've been ever since that freaking panel that we did last, I've been trying to find ways to forcibly make my voice that low again.
Jesus.
That's been a very fun adventure. Getting low when I want to is quite lovely. I love it.
Why am I getting seriously Freaky Fred vibes here? Like, I'm just waiting for you to say naughty.
No, naughty.
One muted moon.
Hello. I've been doing this weird exercise. I don't know if it's good for me or not, but I switch between high and low frequently. I don't think it's good for me though. It's like, hello, how are you doing?
Chris says bad dazzle.
What?
She's not wrong. You are bad.
As someone who sang for like 15 years, a high-low exercise is a fantastic range builder.
Is the what?
Hi. This
It
bag
is
for
a
$5.
fantastic range
Hold
builder. It allows you to
Cheers.
octave hop, which is important if you're doing some very eclectic or just old world style pieces, where the composers are just like, yeah, the men should be able to do, go from middle C to C 2 octaves above middle.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Hi, Moon.
Well, like the original way I used to do it, instead of just going like, hey, ooh, I'd slide. I like sliding into it. Just go like, hello, how are you doing?
That's a very jazz thing to do, and is important if you're trying to build up that kind of singing repertoire.
The problem is I can't. Well, I guess I can sing, but I'm too. What's the word?
Everybody can sing. You just gotta stop giving a fuck.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah. So
I need to have the. I don't have the confidence when I'm doing it. So, like, I'm building myself a very special what I call my sing room, where it's inside my walk-in closet, and I'm just gonna close myself in there with a microphone and just go nuts.
Fair.
Start with scat. Scat's actually really it's a little bit harder to start with, but you're not actually saying words. You're just making nonsense noises, and you don't have to essentially bog yourself down.
Man.
Yeah, you don't. That's fucking amazing. But yeah, you don't have to bog yourself down with the constraints that come from trying to sound coherent.
Hey, Moon.
Yes, Lance.
Well, I've realized why I've not been doing so deeply on my voice of late. My tank is very, very low on testosterone.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the doctor wants to start me on injections.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yes.
Well, the thing is, I was all my life mostly I produced my own. Now I'm not, so I'm kind of like depleting.
It's like the male version of menopause. we stopped being cool.
Well,
someday my beard will stop trying to colonize my chest, but that day is not today.
Or is it your chest trying to colonize your beard?
¿Por qué no los dos?
¿Por qué? Dios mío.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why I went there.
I was going to say, when it comes
MT
to
is going, just saying it, MT's going absolutely nuts in shit posting.
also going to say, when it comes to singing, all you have to understand is William Shatner has several albums. That puts an end to every argument.
But he didn't even sing. He poetry read.
Yeah, but he still has albums.
Rocket Man.
That is my least favorite thing about listening to the old crooners is it's like, yeah, they have their studio session, and then any of their live stuff is them just rhythmically talking for 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's weird because when you think about it, his version of Lucy in the Sky with diamonds.
Lucy in the Sky with diamonds.
So
Yeah.
I made a mistake yesterday. I was messing with my equalizer, and I accidentally hit it and turned it super high up on my microphone, and I drank an entire cup of water. And everyone in chat heard me drinking very loudly.
They could hear every single gulp, huh?
Yes. And I didn't know, and after I was done, one person's just like, do it again.
Drinking sensually.
ASMR. Dazzle ASMR.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Also, Moon, that thing you shared on Facebook 10 minutes ago, that is fucking amazing.
I have no idea what that was. I've been a shit-posting machine for the past few days. I've been sick as hell.
Oh?
Not I would specify it was something serious. There's just some bug running around the house, and of course I got it. Yeah.
Oh shit! Make sure it's not COVID. Yeah, make sure it's not the beer.
That would be an everyday prop. No, you can only have that for Halloween. You can kiss the funniest part of my ass.
Oh, which part of your ass?
I mean, take me out to dinner first and you'll find out.
Oh my.
Oh my. All right. I had too much fun. Yes, I have selected a few songs that I would love to sing, and a lot of them aren't very vocally complicated, like they're not very fast on the certain types of words. But then I picked one that is going to be incredibly difficult. Are you familiar with the Living Tombstone?
Yeah, quite well, actually. I'm not as good of friends with him as some of my other acquaintances, but I still remember a BrownieCon where him, several other musicians were all just kind of drunk sitting in my hotel room singing Kumbaya. It was great.
Speaking of which, are you familiar with their song "Drunk"?
Yes, I of course I'm familiar with that song.
I know.
It's the theme song of my life.
That is one of the songs that I want to be able to do. That's one of the ones I'm looking forward to, because I know I can do I know I can do the strong parts of the song where he's holding the notes. I know I can do it, but it's when he starts listing all the drinks that I'm just like,
wait for me to unfuck my good microphone and we can do a duet if you want.
Moon, what did we tell you about having sex with your microphone?
No, I didn't. I laid on it.
What did we tell you about cuddling your microphone?
I can't help it. It's warm, and it reminds me of better times when I didn't have such fuckery in my ears.
I was just gonna say, make sure push to talk.
You mean
That
it
was the other
reminds you
nice
of
thing. It had an auto kill button on the side.
You mean it reminds you of better times before you met the lot of us fuckers?
Yeah, like 2014.
Oof.
No. Before that one house party where I'm like, what is this My Little Pony thing?
Oh, wait. How? Okay, so we have a, sorry, not to go off topic, but we have a system where someone sends in a medical request, right? And it's from a drop-down menu that they have to pick everything manually. Somehow this person said their date of birth is on the 13th month.
Are they Jewish?
That I can't, even if I did know, I can't say because that would be a violation.
No. The reason I'm asking sincerely is because that calendar is a 13-month calendar. It's lunar cycles.
I was gonna ask, is their first name Cthulhu?
No, it's Jack. But the problem is we use a drop-down menu, and that's not a selectable option. So somehow they got it to go to 13, and now I'm not now.
Damn it, Hetty.
Whoa.
Now I have to re-render those videos.
Well, hey?
What?
Huh?
I rendered the 2 backlog videos from the sessions today. I'm fucking with Eddie for a minute here. Your
what
name?
did I apparently do? What?
Alright.
No, seriously, what did I do?
Oh, I was going to say, if you had done the Patreon thing 10 minutes earlier, your name would appear on the list. Instead, it won't appear until the next video after those 2.
Oh well.
It happens.
So are we ready to move over to the other server and get this train wreck rolling?
I don't know. That's up to Moon.
I mean, I came back. No one was in that other channel, so I just came over here to Dark and Y'all's doorstep.
I guess that answers the question.
Glory.
Oh, I guess it's time
to
get back to work.
Hello.
Damn it, MT!
You know, we transfer over here, and first off, Mythic microphone is either hot mic'd or permanently queued up, or we just can't hear him.
Hey, Mythic, do a voice test.
Hello?
Yeah, I heard him.
Second, oh bug, I want to squash like the freaking scorpions that I laid down poison for. It's time to do your thing.
Can I just ask you a question first?
No.
I'm gonna ask.
No, hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry, did you say laid out poison for scorpions?
Yes.
You have problems with scorpions? What the
What
hell?
in the 9?
She lives in Arizona now.
I don't even have problems with scorpions, and I've been here since... Fuck!
I live in Arizona now. Since I moved here at the beginning of June, we have seen 4 scorpions in the house. They're baby scorpions, which means they're more lethal than the bigger ones, but they're still scorpions. So I have now laid down scorpion poison around all entrances, cracks, and crevices in the house, all air vents, and lastly, around the entire perimeter of the yard.
I was apparently just informed that this is a more common thing in the South than I thought, because I have always lived in the frozen North. This is all new to me, and my brain that is set for temperatures below 60.
Understand
When I lived in...
that scorpions cause the same allergic reaction bee stings do.
Really?
Allow me to point out, I've lived here all my life. I've only had 2 incidents with scorpions. That's a lot more common in your area, I'm guessing.
Point being that if one of them were to sting me on anything above the thigh, I would be going to the hospital. If one of them were to sting me on, say, the chest, neck, or face, I wouldn't be talking to you ever again. Because by the time we got me to the hospital, I would expire.
I was unaware that your weakness was bee stings.
Yes. A hornet sting will knock me unconscious. Instantaneously, almost.
Huh, that's like me and mold.
The joys of anaphylaxis.
Cold to live in Wisconsin where we don't have scorpions.
You have bees, which are basically flying scorpions to me. Flying scorpions that swarm, no less.
I mean, bumbles are just fat, happy boys that want to go and pollinate flowers. If you just kind of boop them slightly, they go away.
What's a yellow jacket?
No, the yellow jacket's just a type of bee. It's the hornets that are the dickheads.
I've never heard of cazadors in Wisconsin.
Okay, listen, we don't joke about those.
Okay, I'm buying a flamethrower.
That doesn't work. We've tried.
So, my question. Seriously. Twitty, has never hurt anybody ever in my whole life.
I don't know. I don't have much problem with cazadors.
Uh-huh. Keep going. Keep going. I want to see where this is going.
So, why is it you're so worried about me doing anything? You treat me like I actually have bitten baby horses' heads off, which I never have done. I mean, I've harmed nobody, but I get treated like a supermax murder criminal. Jeez.
That's because they're raced against Pegasi and bugs.
That you had to specify that you've never eaten the head off of a foal.
She treats me like I've done it, but I've never done it. And Moon can tell you, I now look more pony than bug. I mean, a few bits here and there.
Linzabi, let me tell you a story. Okay? One time, these guys on a ship brought these small, fluffy bunnies to the Philippines because they thought they're cute and they give us good company. There's no natural predator for rabbits in the Philippines. So what happened? They reproduced out of control and literally killed off numerous native species simply because those native species either no longer had anything to eat or because, oddly enough, the small, cute, fluffy bunny was still a vicious enough cunt to fuck up a weasel.
So I thought that was Australia.
Yeah, so did I.
Oh, those are cane toads.
No, they also have a hair problem.
They have a rabbit problem. Yeah.
The point here, Linzabi.
Yes.
Are an invasive species. And until proven otherwise, should be regarded as an invasive species.
I would like to inform you of just how wrong that is, but you haven't gotten to that point in the story yet.
Well, would that be the part where Twitty is now a Philly Scout, and therefore that is also being part of an invasive species?
Plot twist. Twitty has returned to his home world. We just happen to invade it.
I mean, by that logic, literally every Philly Scout is an invasive species.
That's kind of the point I was making.
Martini, let me point out. I was hatched and avoided being digested on this planet. I am of this planet. My genetic background is from another planet, but I was born here and adapted to here, etc.
I'm adapted to here.
I'm in a Quidocian, okay?
We do not yet know if Equestria's immigration laws include naturalization through birth.
There are no immigration laws. Those all died.
Oh no. They do because zonies were a thing.
I mean, so yeah, I guess if I stayed politically correct, I am an equestrian. I am a Tadoshan equestrian.
You want me to put an end to all that? Dragons were considered to be slaves.
No.
Prove me wrong. Yes, they are. I mean, look at he literally was given to Twilight to keep.
Wait, shit, you are correct.
Oh.
My God.
I still am convinced that was an inert rock painted to look like a dragon, and Twilight just created life.
Except for it's not the only time they mention it, where that baby dragons were given to.
The show has bad writing.
Anyway,
points, but they just look at the plot and go, "How do we make this into toys?"
So what's even better is K-Cat actually acknowledges it in FOE.
So all I'm saying is that I feel that a lot of this angst about me is misplaced. And Moon can even give you a better description that I am more close to pony looking than I am to bug looking.
Also, Twitty, if you just gave in to him and rolled with the jokes, this would stop so much fun because you wouldn't be giving them what they want.
Well, hey,
He's right, you know.
I think by now the audience enjoys these little repartees between us.
I would be sad if they stopped. I'm just saying, if you just rolled with it for long enough, it would lose its fun, and then you would just be like, "Mwaha!"
Oh, but where's the fun in that?
Hey, Twitty.
Anyway, that was
Yes, Hetty?
a long tangent.
Or should I say Chifundo?
Bum collar.
Nope, not happening. Go away.
All right. Enough.
Or better yet, instead of go away, why don't you just go get lost in the Altar Realms?
Okay, Twitty.
So, yes, recap. I know, I've been trying to... Let's get past this and I'll go on. So, the last session, the group finally got done with those cyberbirds and eventually found the actual raiders. And they're all chit-chatting and partying around, and Nyota discovered that they're partying around a couple of crates, which seem to contain everything from ammo, weapons, other gear, and they seem to be having a good old time out in the woods playing pirate or something. So the plan was by the party to have not him. He accepts challenges too easy. Medicinal Haze and Mina. We've got too many M names. We're gonna go up and chit chat with them because they're kind of sociable. They carry drugs and they can keep them off from hostility because they can offer drugs and party times and stuff like that. Of course, they'll be safe as long as Nyota kind of sneaks along and stays hidden, because no one ever sees Nyota coming. And with that, I'm gonna let the boss man take over and do his thing. Bye-bye.
You want to try that again, because you spent less time doing recap than ranting about the answer to your question.
Well, I mean, that's the pretty much nutshell version. You guys decided on a plan of action, and you're doing it. So you've got two going up. They can party. Sunrise and the others are staying back because, well...
They can't party.
Also, quickly, Moon, any... Oh,
yeah, I heard.
Okay.
Yeah. And, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Sunrise's big thing is, "Hi, my name's Wandering Sunrise. What's your name?" And Mythic, like I said, you just look at him funny and he goes on ready to fight. And not sure how to take Chifundo. So, with that plan's fine. I don't see anything possibly going horribly wrong and resulting in a burning, screaming death. So with that, I think the party's on a somewhat solid plan for once. And Moon can see how things roll there, and who knows? Audience is looking for blood.
I mean, when are they not?
Always looking for blood. Me, I'm looking for pasta.
Pasta sounds so good.
Yeah, I got a Michelangelo's chicken parmesan with spaghetti waiting for me.
Shit, now I'm hungry again.
So, as we were, the lot of you were left off deciding that, oh, this one is going to go in, this one is going to go in. Let me move over from the start screen. Oh boy. Alright, hang on. I gotta move the token marker. Hang on.
Oh, wait, did you do the intro music?
There we go.
That loading screen, though.
Yeah, Fee, did you want to pause to play the intro?
As fires burn out from yesterday, a wandering mare's found a better way. For just as night seems most dark, the sunrise comes to warm our heart.
Through the ashes of war, through the blood and the gore, a man once more than this world that is torn. A group that cannot just be stopped or forgot will rise and overcome all odds. And with every new day, through the parts that we play, as we push fear away and remember the ways of a man who was kind and whose words will remind.
So, momentary confusion in chat over.
Chat confused? Never.
I mean, they have reason to be confused. She does have stripes on one leg.
Which somehow went from a single stripe as per the ceremony to she's basically got a leg full of stripes now.
It's not magic. It's a virus and it's spreading.
Apparently so.
I'm sorry, Sunrise, but you have an unfortunately terminal case of the zebras.
Do we still have a moon?
We still have a Fee. I haven't heard anything from her.
Yeah, I'm here. I have to queue up push to talk, and I don't like sitting here with a hot mic. I've also spent 3 weeks trying to find a specific token, and it just doesn't exist. So I'm making do.
I think Fee might have stepped away from the...
No, I'm still here.
So chat, place your bets. Who will fall asleep first? Chifundo or Fiaura?
I think we just disturbed her nap.
I didn't fall asleep. I'm just slow. Very, very slow.
Which would explain why you don't have your face cam up.
I'm also trying to talk between the construction sounds outside.
Alright. So it was Mina and Mythic who were making their way over?
Hayes.
Yes, sorry, Mina and Hayes.
The other M.
The other yellow unicorn.
Can I just say, I've got more of a frat party image in my head of these guys than kind of Tuscan Raiders.
What's the difference between a raider and a frat party?
I have spent several days trying to find a specific token that just doesn't exist, and I didn't think to commission anything because I couldn't possibly put it into words. So I'm just using my kind of default generic NPC token, which is the Tuscan Raider.
Okay.
But yes, so the lot of you, there's a thicket of brush and bramble that's about head high, a little bit higher. There's some trees here or there, but it opens up into a clearing where, as I had stated a while back, there is essentially just a big to-do going on. There are ponies singing, ponies dancing, ponies getting absolutely wrecked. There's a small bonfire that's going. That's totally going. You just have to imagine it, just with your imagination eyes. This will work, and that is a table. Why is that? Why is it giving me tables when I searched fire pit? I'm so confused, Roll20. What is wrong with you? Anyway, Roll20 being weird notwithstanding. Yep, they're just hanging out. The smell of smoke is heavy in the air. They're clearly having a rip-roaring good time. Oh, thank God, it's a fire pit that doesn't look like it's a table. I can't tell you how jarring that was. There's that. Cool.
There we go.
Yeah, the distances are about right, too. But, yeah, they're sitting there having a rip-roaring good time. They don't really seem to be paying you too much attention, if they even noticed yet. Yeah, it's just a bunch of various ponies, all sporting some kind of weaponry, just hanging out and living life.
How old do these ponies look?
They don't really appear to be super old, but it's from the distance and from just the age of some of them, the grime and the wear, it's a bit difficult. However, what seems to be prevalent throughout all of them is that most seem to be guarded in some really decent pre-war clothing. You know, it's not super grimy, it's not moth-ridden, it isn't just, you know, this clearly was taken off of a corpse or a skeleton. No, it looked like these were stored properly in one of the crates. Yeah, they've got some kind of protective gear on, but no, they all just seem to be wearing roughly matching tracksuits.
Slabs, all of them.
That's what my mind meant as well.
Might be in over our heads here, guys.
Iffy, where's Penzo when you need him?
Well, Hayes looks over to me now. Well, I don't see much reason to drag this out. Let's go and introduce ourselves.
I mean, what are we supposed to do with them? I mean, are we supposed to give them more drugs or sell them more drugs? Or are we supposed to take them over our knees and spank them? I mean, I don't know which we're supposed to do. Almost like a bunch of kids.
Let's ask. Let's talk to them first, and then figure out if they need to be spanked or we need to give them more drugs.
One quick thing. What was it they had supposedly been doing that have they done anything to anybody that we're aware of?
No. It is unclear why people are calling them raiders.
Okay, so we're just trying to find out what's going on.
Yeah, it's kind of been suggested that the quote raider label was a bit of a kind of overreaction by the locals.
I guess we've just gotten used to it when Alguassel was around.
Honestly, I'm half expecting that once we talk to them, we find their ponies that just wandered out of the stable.
Just to be clear, haven't Scopolamina and Medical Haze already started away from the group and none of us are actually able to be in this conversation?
I'm going to say, for the purpose of we've been off for 2 weeks, that no, they haven't quite left yet, and you're still kind of formulating the last bits of a plan, because I don't remember where we were in that transition.
It was my understanding that we had not actually left the group yet.
Well, if you two are ready, being our resident drug horses, perhaps you should go find out.
Oh, Sunrise, you say the nicest things.
Scopola.
Yeah. I'm going.
Scopola.
Yeah.
This is one of those times where your compliment has given me a sudden twitch that I would like to hit up with Medax, and then I kindly remind myself that that's the former addiction talking.
Hayes holds out a dose of Medax.
Mina will just kind of put down his hand like, no.
So, Hayes, you pass out a dose of Medics and just kind of offer it to Sunrise?
Yes.
Sunrise, please roll me willpower. You can resist.
That roll came out funky. Okay.
What do you mean it came out funky?
It said 3 compared to 8, and I'm like, wait, that's not what's on the sheet.
Rolls twice, passes both times.
Although that second time looks like a warning.
Hayes kind of looks at me. Oh, she doesn't want it? Oh, okay. And just puts it away.
I'll explain it to you later.
Yeah, fair enough. Guess we should be moving then?
Yeah. I'm going to regret this, I'm sure. And we will head out. Assuming we can find a way through the brambles.
One of you roll me survival.
Yes.
Okay, there's a couple of spots where the brambles are thinner than others. It's clear that they have tried to keep the natural barriers as intact as possible to ward off either would-be intruders, animals, really anyone that isn't them. This entire place speaks of secret clubhouse type people. But yeah, with a little bit of poking and testing different spots, you're able to make out the not so beaten path.
Moon, you're never allowed to say secret clubhouse ever again.
Am I not allowed to say secret clubhouse?
He Stallion Mare Haters Club.
I was gonna say Star Trek Discovery, but that's another
Why do I have
matter.
a distinct feeling that the three stallions from there are sitting in that house right now?
Do you want an answer to that question?
No, because we'll find out the answer in 10 minutes.
Okay.
You'll find out when Mina comes back and says, "Okay, Jafundo, you're up."
So, yeah, we make our way through the bramble. I guess,
Follow the yellow brick path.
Yep.
Look, I can follow the path.
I was going to say, actually, while you're going through, give me a perception check, both of you.
Okay, that's still a pass.
This consistency, though.
I'm sure roll 20 will screw me over later tonight.
As you are making your way through the thickets and the brambles, there's a couple of snares. At the very least, in one spot, you see something that might be a bear trap. It's not that it's well fortified, but they are definitely being cautious.
But when we get to the edge, I'm going to do the and wave, making my presence known.
Yeah, Hazel will go along with that.
So you both just kind of simultaneously clear your throat?
Yep.
As you make your way up there, aside from the obligatory jazz music stops meme, because the music's still going, all of them wheel around, and there are... How many enemies are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 guns turned and drawn on you. They hold them there. They don't shoot, but it's very clear that they have no qualms about icing both of you. The one in the front who's just got a long rifle, just who are you?
Well, hello there. I heard the music and thought I would come over and check out what was going on. My name's Capolamina.
Howdy, I'm Medicinal Haze. Don't by chance have anybody that needs some doctoring, do you?
They think about this for a moment. It's very clear that they were not expecting the two of you to come and formally introduce yourselves, although the gesture is absolutely not lost on them.
I mean, technically, they only have one more gun than we do, so, but we don't have ours pointed at them either. So,
Well, I mean, that can be wielded simultaneously.
oh yes, I have more guns than that. But I mean, I can wield 4. You can wield 1. So,
Yeah, like I said, it's not like we're actually quote unquote outgunned.
Yeah,
right. And actually, from here, be able to make them out, and I'm going to edit the typers just a little bit more.
Does anyone else think there's like a stage 4 metal industry going on behind Moon?
Yep.
What are you talking about?
There's like a power hammer or something going off behind.
Yeah, we
you.
just hear it. Literally sounds like do 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 do, and it's right there in rhythm, like it's a mechanical hammer.
I mean, both Vital and I have mechanical keyboards, so that might be the thing you're hearing, but I don't have. I mean, no, they're just like, is there a power hammer or some kind of metal foundry in your microphone? And I'm very confused.
No, that's not the keyboard. It's distinctly something very rhythmic.
I don't hear it.
It's also got a more of a.
I'm on cue now, but
it's got a more diffuse sound than a keyboard typically has. Like maybe if the hammer was going off a couple 100 meters away or something.
do you have a fan blowing on your Moon?
I'm very confused. No, there is no fan blowing on me. There is no background noises. Is there a fucking ghost in here? Am I gonna have to just load some rock salt rounds tonight?
Wait. Does that mean that Moon's microphone is picking up EFM?
I wouldn't fucking doubt it.
I wasn't hearing anything, so.
I wasn't hearing anything either, so.
Quick, Moon, call the Winchesters!
Is it? No, fuck that noise. Fuck that, I am the Winchesters. Okay, that's really odd, and I have more questions than I think I'm ever gonna have answers. I mean, there's a ceiling fan above me, but that's on low, and my AC is on the other side of the room. I have no...
I will point out that the 2 people who did hear it are the ones who are deathly tired, so maybe they're just hearing the thumping of their own hearts.
No, it's actually something I hear quite frequently with Moon. It's just today it's like pretty consistent.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard it too. It was.
I mean, the microphone I'm also using is my webcam microphone directly in front of me, but it's directional, so it will pick up any random ass noise. But I have more questions than I have answers, and I am a little bit spooked now. Yay! Thanks, ghosts.
But yeah, it sounds like wind blowing, but in a pattern to me.
The faceless old woman says you're welcome.
Oh my god, please stop rearranging my cabinets.
No, they're messy.
I can find everything. Anyway, so around here, and yeah, so I'm just gonna say that's Nyota, how are you sneaking up there?
Stick into the bushes.
Right. You need to be more specific than that.
I am literally working my way through a path that follows them and keeps me in the bushes. So I will be fairly well outside of the ring of engagement because, well, I need to stay in the bushes to be hidden. Otherwise, I'll be spotted. If you need me to, I can roll a survivalism to stick to the bushes as best I can.
I do, in fact, need you to roll survivalism and perception. Okay, you don't insta-cripple one of your hooves and break stealth.
Bear trap.
Bear traps, snares. There's one spot where you're pretty sure that's just a tiger pit. Yeah, it's very clear that they wanted people to leave them the hell alone.
Hold on. I have a legitimate question. Is it a tiger pit or is it a tiger pit with poop?
What?
That's a question that you need to make a second perception check for.
Sometimes they would smear feces on the tiger pits.
I'm aware of the Viet Cong tiger traps.
Nyota can't be spotted. Looks better with stripes. Really?
Okay, that's weird. I don't hear the strange rhythmic noise in the background, but...
Neither do I.
Alright, anyways, not the point. Alright. Okay. So yeah, they've still got guns leveled at you. The one in front, it's still up, but they lower it just enough that they can speak without being overtly threatening, and just simply stare at you for a moment. Who sent you here? Why are you here?
As I said, we heard music, and we wanted to come and see what's going on.
You really seem to have a nice fire going on there.
Someone cuts the music, and they just kind of roll the last log off the fire they put there. Oh, really? And how long have you been watching this? Who sent you? Why are you here?
I don't understand what you mean by who sent us.
Largely, we were just passing through. Thought we'd be neighborly.
I'm gonna need you both to roll bluff. They are paranoid as shit. They look to you both and re-level their guns and are like, come by, be neighborly. One turns their head and just kind of barks out and something. Sunrise, you catch just the very tail edge of what sounds like butchered Pony Russian, but About 30 seconds later, the one unicorn who was over here tending the fire comes over and just drops a tin of menthols on the ground.
That sounds like a waste of perfectly good mentals.
And they just look to the one unicorn who brings them over. I think you could have floated those over. I'm an idiot. Whatever. The one unicorn who brings them over to you just goes, "Oh yeah, prove you're not fuzz. Do drugs."
Prove we're not what?
The Pegasus, who can actually speak common equestrian, looks over. Forgive my friend. Take the menthols. Each of you do a tab, and then we'll know that you're not. And then we'll know you're not squares.
Ah, Mina floats one up.
In other words, do drugs or we'll shoot you.
Mina floats one up and takes it.
Yeah, no hesitation.
It's like, oh, you want me more dangerous if this turns violent? Sure.
I will look at it first to make sure it is a menthol.
Roll chemistry.
Yes.
Wowzer. I think Mina's looking at it, the molecular structure.
Darn. And I'm not there to have candy, because that's a whole tin of candy.
Also, can I just say they're saying this to somebody in a Philly Scout uniform?
And one that has a tack vest that just is full of Med-X syringes.
With a cutie mark that is drugs.
Sorry.
Did we break the moon?
Welcome, son.
That only took 1 hour and 11 minutes.
Okay. Fucking two.
I only won tonight, okay?
Okay. You lick the menthol to determine its chemical makeup. Okay, so firstly, you can tell that these were just things they baked, put into a tin. It's very clearly that someone was doing some scratch cooking of their own. You can still taste some of the baking soda splicing agent they use, but there's absolutely some menthol compound in there. It's just been severely cut. However, there's still enough of the overall flavor that someone who isn't a trained druggie probably wouldn't know the difference initially. And while you will still get some effect out of it, you won't end up getting the whole effect out of it. In all honesty, what you're likely to get is just a soft buzz. In other words, what you can tell with your... I am not going to finish this sentence because it will absolutely end up in communityism. What you can tell with
No! Finish the sentence!
What you can tell with your highly trained tongue...
Finish it.
What you're able to ascertain is that they are not bad, but they're cooking slightly but if they make this here, they're cooking slightly bunk drugs. At the very least, slightly bunk menthols.
So Mina licks it, thinks for a second, then takes and goes, "So, will you want me to take drugs to prove that I'm not square. When are you going to give me the drugs?
I was just expecting you to pout that it's been cut.
Does Hayes pick up any of that, or too, or?
You're going to have to roll chemistry.
Okay, could I roll alchemy instead?
No. You are trying to, yes, at a penalty of 30. No, I need chemistry, not alchemy.
That's going to be a fail.
Mina floats out a menthol and floats it over to the guy. Now, here, try this.
It's like, you call this a mental? No, here. This is
the unicorn whom gave you the menthols happily takes the menthol and chews it down like it's a friggin' Mentos tablet. Just like, it's good menthol. Very good menthol. Better than our cook.
Yeah, there's a Phil Scout menthols. Much better.
You not cut with baking soda?
Oh, please. This is a baking soda for the cookies.
The unicorn, whom you're rapidly driving from wary to amicable status, is just like, compare notes sometime. The one Pegasus who was sitting in the front, who seems to be the most fluent, just stares at the both of you, but stares more heavily at Mina, moving around a little bit. All right, everyone, they're good. You can lower your rifles. There are the sounds of not chambers being empty, but safeties being kicked on, guns being let to droop softly to the side. And someone turns the music back on. They go back to what they were doing. The unicorn continues to tend the flame and is absolutely not dancing over here.
Hayes will take out some of his copious amounts of beer and share.
Okay. So you come with door gifts, and the Pegasus who's come to greet you just takes what are you just offering them an entire flagon of it, or just here, take a sip?
Oh, please, he's putting like a 5-gallon bucket on the ground.
They can't go a raiding if they're wasted.
All right. So you just set down a pail of ale. Get. Bucket. That will appear eventually. Bucket. Alt. Thank you. Awesome. All right. So you set down a pail kind of fill up one of the nearest containers, and there's various trails of magic that work their way over, scooping up mugs of ale and disseminating them. Both of you give me a perception check.
Fail.
Okay.
Don't know if we were getting any pluses from the menthols, though. The crappy ones.
You'd get a small one. Hayes, what is your perception?
6.
Okay, that would pass.
Okay.
You after all said and done, and they've moved it, they've floated the bucket out of the general way so it doesn't get kicked. The one unicorn by the door floats the bucket just into the house. But they seem more than willing to more than willing to accept the two of you with open arms. I'm like, so what brings you to these neck of the woods, huh?
Just traveling through. The doc here was helping out some people earlier in the week, and now we're moving on.
The Pegasus.
Death crows.
The Pegasus looks at you a bit suspiciously until you mention the death crows, and there is just a look of compassion mixed with camaraderie. Fucking vultures. Ugh. Let me guess, the two of you came from the train yard area.
Yeah, we came through there.
Yep, there's a mess of them. They come up and down that. The odd train will go through here every now and then. But
well, I hope that not too soon. There's kind of a large crater there now.
oh, it's not with any kind of remote reliability. Just sporadic train noises. But there's enough travel up and down the track, both from any kind of vehicles and just ponies on hoof, that they've been wreaking some havoc on that area. They tried to come over here a few times, but we just shot them to pieces, and well, they just took their dead back and started to scrap them on the spot. Crazy vultures.
Yeah, did you hear an explosion a little while ago? Oh, blew up.
Is that what that was? Oh, we thought there was some infighting going on down there. Like we said, that train track gets used as a major travel and trade route. So we honestly had no idea what was going on.
Mina casually floats out a zebra weed cigarette and says, "Any of you boys got a light?"
Man, I was like 30. If you had said jazz cigarette, I was 30 seconds away from making you a custom roll. There's a couple of lighters that get floated over your way. Flames open as you go. And one of the unicorns from the back is just like, yo, you gonna share that?
Well, of course, I wouldn't bring it out if I wasn't going to share it.
Get the hay over here.
Okay. So we've got one Pegasus, and how many of them are unicorns?
There is one Pegasus, there are 3 unicorns, there is an Earth Pony, and there is a Griffin.
Earth Pony and a Griffin. Okay.
I have labeled them all.
Yeah, we can't see the labels.
I do not know how you cannot see the labels. I made sure the labels were visible.
Nope, they're all unlabeled to us.
Roll20 is doing a fuckery again.
And yes, Mina floats it over after she takes a hit and floats it over to the nearest one to take. Yeah, by all means, pass it around.
Oh no! Kicking the bucket in this party would be this particular place would be a death sentence.
Wait, what?
QWERTY's saying about you don't want to be kicking the bucket at this party, given that the bucket's got ale in it.
Okay, can you actually? Let me just check. Okay, I can see them on the stream, which means that you can see them.
We can see them now. Yes.
Yeah, I forgot I had to manually make it so that the names are seeable. All right, so now you can see who's who. No, because that shifted some of them. Okay. I put him into the fire. We don't want that. Okay. Yeah. So they keep walking with you. The Pegasus, well, I mean, the one unicorn over by the fire is like, yo, come here, share that. But the Pegasus is also kind of looking at the two of you, almost like he wants to chat.
I really want to say something about our all Pegasus bards.
I mean, do you?
No, but I want to say it. But it does seem like all the Pegasus are bards.
Yeah.
So is this where you all gentlemen live?
Oh, who are you saying that to? The unicorn or the Pegasus?
Oh, I'll say it to the Pegasus. He's right here.
The Pegasus nods. Yeah, the lot of us all kind of live here, kick it here. We found some nice supplies from a couple spots here or there. Found a cache, some food and stuff. This place had some pre-war canned goods and whatnot. Some just the house that had been reclaimed by nature. But yeah, it's a decent place to live. I mean, we get hassled by who knows what, but I'm just trying to live our lives, you know?
Yeah. So, where'd you all find those pre-war clothes?
Oh, they were in one of the crates we found. I mean, one of the crates that are just in plain display, as there's a few that are just out here. Yeah, we'd found one that had a shipment of clothes. We brought it inside, cracked it open so it wouldn't be exposed to the elements. But yeah, littered all sorts of good stuff. That crate's actually what we've been using to keep the fire going for the past few days.
Huh. And where'd you find the crates?
Oh, so long ago. There was some old half-destroyed bunker nearby, or something along the lines. It was this big metal crate thing. It had opening door. Well, it had one opening door. The other door had just basically been turned into rust and bullet holes. There was some skeleton on the inside, but that was way long dead. Had some pre-war. I want to say like Bronco or some kind of uniform name tag on there. Name was worn away. The only thing that was visible was the company logo. But inside there were several crates, and well, the dead don't need pants.
Yeah, I can agree with that. So, was that all you found? Pants?
I mean, we found some other stuff. But I mean, yeah, some other stuff, some food, some supplies, stuff and such like that.
Well, I'd be interested in what you find. You know, can always willing to do some trading.
I mean, you got caps, you got goods. What you bartering with? What you trading?
Takes out pulls out a bar of gold.
I suppose willpower would double as composure. Hold on. Okay, the Pegasus does not actually freak out, but rather manages to retain some semblance of composure and just where'd you get that?
Yeah, people pay with what they have. Sometimes you just find the pre-war bank robbery that got halted by the bombs.
Hayes here is a wonderful doctor. And, doctors are in kind of short supply.
Wouldn't be the weirdest thing I've heard someone paid a doctor with, but a solid brick of gold's right up there. Hey. Sorry about that. It's not great up. They kind of turn around. The Pegasus flaps backwards from you slightly while still keeping eye contact. You can tell that even if the rest of them are a bit warm and receptive to you, the Pegasus is still very wary. But they look back. They start chatting amongst themselves. You catch the two of you catch the odd word every now and then, but they have switched out of Equestrian. And they've mostly switched out of Equestrian. The best descriptor I could give it is Wranglish. But they all just kind of nod, and the Pegasus shouts back, "Yeah, I can speak for the group when we say that we would be willing to do some bartering with that yonder brick of gold there."
Sounds good to me. Let's see what you got.
He just kind of looks over and whispers to Hayes, "I could have let off with cookies and gotten probably just as much good response."
Yeah, but these things get heavy. Not to mention
they look over to you and they're like, "Well, since you're a paying customer, we can show you on some of the better stuff that we found. We don't show this stuff to just everybody, but." And whistle to the Griffin. She wanders over and pulls out a crowbar from a side pouch and just proceeds to pop open one of the crates. And inside the crate, there are several smaller cases, clearly designed. This was clearly some kind of large shipping crate that was designed to hold multiple smaller packages. Pulling out one and setting it off to the side, there appears to be I need to look through the stat of weapons, but fuck it, I'll keep the gravy train rolling. There are a couple of rifle-shaped rifles in there, and some bullet-shaped bullets. But it just appears to be a... What?
Okay.
I mean, roll firearms to determine what they are. Because otherwise they're just going to look like rifles and bullets.
I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to look like.
That would pass.
That would not pass. They look like guns.
By like 4 degrees, if I understand that right.
It's a mixture of yeah, Mina, you failed by five entire degrees. You have no
guns go boom. She prefers something more elegant, like a blaster.
Okay, Han. Hayes, you recognize at least a couple of these to be stock standard assault rifles. Though what side of the war they were for you're not 100% sure. There seem to be a few different crates in there, so it's not. You're not 100% sure if that's what all of them are, but you know for a fact that that one is probably or that one of these crates is where they've gotten their armaments from.
Sure.
But the Griffin will hold up a couple of them and just show them up so you can see them, holding up a small metal crate that, when opened, is just multiple box mags, and another small container inside of there that's just a bullet box. I'm like, well, Pegasus kind of chuckles to the both of you. We're trying to set up some sort of business, selling to traders, trying to get a caravan going. We found some supplies, and we figure, hey, we'll make a bit of caps out in this rough and brutal world. But at the very least, we're just going to have some fun until then.
Fun's good to have. So you got tracksuits and guns? That seems like a odd assortment to get out of a pre-war warehouse. I guess there's other stuff to find, I guess.
It wasn't just the tracksuits. I mean, there were suits, there were casual wear, there were some hunting vests, some camo fatigues. There's all sorts of clothes. I have no idea what on earth we stumbled upon, but yeah, there's all manner of clothing and dress there.
It's usually around this point when them Duke boys find out they're in a peck of trouble.
Nobody's in a peck of trouble yet.
But yeah, we got this, we got that. I mean, if you want to do some bartering, we can tell you, what else is there. But it depends on what you're looking for, to be perfectly honest.
How many of these crates are full guns?
We are afraid that is privileged information.
Yeah, you said you wanted to become traders and maybe run a caravan.
I mean, that's a pipe dream at this point in time. We got to get some caps and whatnot going so we can actually get on the road. I mean, I'm not going to make the unicorns carry all this stuff.
So, say I wanted to buy all of the guns you have. How many gold bars would you be wanting for that?
Pegasus just squints at you. You're a doctor. Why are you trying to take away our guns?
Because doctors don't necessarily like patching up bullet holes.
Oh, it's a bit fishy. You're not angling for some medical supplies, some drugs, some food, some bandages and dressing. You go straight for the weapons. Who the fuck sent you?
Hey, you want the capital to... Hey, let me put it this way. You want to jumpstart your dream of running a caravan or not?
I mean, it's not really a dream. It's just something that kind of fell into our laps. But you didn't answer my question. You're a Philly Scout. You're a wandering doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah? What about it?
Who sent you?
Can't you just believe that a wandering doctor doesn't want a bunch of guns, any more guns loose in the wasteland? After all, it's a dangerous place, and perhaps I'm just planning to move them on to the next community that needs some protection.
Wandering doctor ain't nothing without ponies to patch up. And if you run out of bullet holes, you're gonna run out of a job. Pegasus.
So you guys don't know what all is out there that needs doctrine. Radiation, taint, other ponies drugged out of their mind. Trust me, my business is not going to suffer any just by taking these guns off your hands and giving you the caps you need to set up and move on.
Nah, you know what? No deal. These guns are going to the ponies who get pushed around by the big towns who don't want to deal with ponies with new ideas. So I'm going to ask you one more time, and he lifts up a wing, effectively snaps the wing, because Pegasi are just weird like that, and the guns around there are leveled back at you. Who sent ya?
Mina just kind of smiles at him and goes, well, I do think you're all smarter than you look. I like that. But
yeah.
As far as who sent us, we were sent by a little mare named Wandering Sunrise.
The fuck is Wandering Sunrise? That sounds like a bad soft drink.
Exactly. See? You wouldn't even know who it is. But what if I was to tell you there's possibly a caravan in need of a new owner?
Hayes will drop one of the gold bars.
Just hang on, Hayes. So, would you be interested in still running a caravan?
They sit for a moment, guns trained on the two of you. The Pegasus is sitting there trying to piece through this, almost as if they can sense that this is a trap.
No, he's on the other side of the hedge, but I didn't want to say that.
Busted!
Oh my god, I can't queue up and facepalm at the same time.
You have two hands, learn.
No, it's a double facepalm.
Use an elbow.
I am not hitting the tilde key with my elbow. I'll just spell out.
You'll just cat across the keyboard.
Yeah, I'd rather not cat across the keyboard.
Maybe get Vital to hold the button for you.
Or she can just put a hand up against your face to cover the other one.
Oh wait, hold on. I have a beer. I'll do a beer palm. Soothing cold. It helps keep me beyond all the stupid.
And if you're still listening, Daddy, can you get me a tin of candy?
Alright. So the Pegasus does not give the order for the guns to be put down, because at this moment in time, the Pegasus is in fight or flight mode, mind the wing pun, and takes a step back from the two of you. Alright. I don't know who the fuck this Wandering Sunrise is. I don't know why the hell she want all our guns.
No, she doesn't really want all your guns.
Let me finish, fucking Wastelanders. I don't know who this pony is. I don't know why she wants her stuff. I don't know why the two of you are here. I don't know how you can taste that our drugs have been cut down a bit. That is some freaky talent you got there. But, we have a rule that we do not sell out all of our stock to any one individual customer. So it's bad for business, and it's bad for your longevity, especially if they're trying to buy all your guns. You want to know how a deal goes south? They buy all your guns, and then they light up your place of business. Sell you some, or I'll sell you the bullets, or I'll sell you the magazines for the guns and the gun, or the magazine and the bullets. But I'm not doing all three, and I'm not doing all of it. I don't trust y'all as far as I can throw you. And turns around to one of the unicorns. You're one trick, right? Odds. Yeah, we can throw you pretty fucking far. One more time. Please. I'd rather this not get violent. We've got such a good buzz going on.
That's good. I don't want this to be violent either. That's why we came up here.
One more time.
Okay.
Why'd y'all come from us for the Why'd y'all come from the town for us?
We didn't come for you. They just asked us to look into make sure that you are not raiders. You do not appear to be raiders.
We're not raiders. We don't want to live under the archaic rules of that fucking town.
I understand that completely.
And none of them took kindly to the youth and the next generation of that town cutting and running and getting the hell out of that shithole. We don't care how nice it is. We don't care how whatnot it is. Freaky shit goes on in that town, and ne'er-do-wells just disappear like that. So no thank you, sir. No deal, no thank you, ma'am. No deal, no sale. You tell that town that if they send anyone else to our place, we are going to pump them full of lead. You understand me? So you're sick and tired of being pushed around by a town that doesn't want to have to deal with difference of opinions, that doesn't want to have to deal with differing viewpoints, that doesn't want to have to deal with one of their kids being born of Pegasi. You understand me?
I see.
I think we might have gotten off on the wrong foot.
Hoof.
When I made my wrong hoof when I made my request. I wasn't talking about you needing to disarm or taking the gun, what you need to defend yourselves. I just want to buy what you would end up selling to the next trader that comes through.
I think the doc wants to help you achieve your goal, becoming a caravan.
Exactly, that's all I want.
It's all rigmarole song and dance. We don't want no goddamn help. We don't want no goddamn caravan. We just want you to fucking leave. Either come here and party with us or go. We ain't selling to no goody two-shoes, Philly Scout, and wandering doctor. You want some drugs? We'll sell you some drugs. You want some clothes? We'll sell you some clothes. We ain't giving you a fucking bullet. Unless you want that bullet pumped straight into you.
So you need to relax just a little bit. As I try and say,
can't relax. I hit a thing of dash 5 minutes before you showed up.
Oh, and you didn't share.
You're hushing my mellow, compadre. We'd happily share if you didn't walk in here and go give us all your guns.
We don't want all your guns.
Your medic friend over there clearly wants to buy all of our guns.
It's the reason why he's a doctor and not a Philly Scout.
Nah, because you know what's going to happen? We're going to sell you all these. They're going to go back to that town. That town's going to come here and burn down our home.
No, that's not.
Oh, yes.
How? Think about this for a moment, though. They can't burn down your home if you got yourself a caravan and move on.
I personally don't care if you move on or if you stay here or if you go start up a caravan. I have made determination that you are not what they think you are.
Why do I have the distinct impression that Medical Haze is Jesse and Scopolamina is Walter Heisenberg White, and this is a meth head house?
Shut up, soft drink.
Damn.
Throwing shade.
You know, I have to wonder if there is actually a cinnamon cream soda now.
Now, look, gentlemen. I'm not here to kill your buzz. You can have as much buzz as you want. I was just here to make a determination for somebody else.
Take that determination. Can I go back to enjoying this buzz that you are absolutely ruining?
Of course. Here. He holds out some Med-X and some Dash.
You can keep the Med-X. I don't touch that stuff. I'll take that Dash, though.
Offers 2 inhalers.
And he will pocket them both. If you are offering them out with a wing. And in your grasp, there will be a small hook full of caps.
Now, see, that is very friendly business.
Yeah, because caps are accepted everywhere.
So
we'd have to go through a lot of legwork to do something useful with that brick of gold.
Yeah, I have to admit that I wasn't too aware that he was going to pull out something like that, but he's a doctor.
Do any of us look like shamans? Do any of us look like, toaster repair ponies? I don't know what to do with gold.
Now, which one of you is the cook?
I mean, we all take turns, but the dedicated cook's inside.
Well, when I mean cook, I mean the one who makes sure drugs.
No, you know what you mean. We all take turns, but the dedicated cook's inside.
Because Mina's got some educating to do.
Yeah, this cutting it down with baking soda, that's just absolutely ridiculous.
You know, Mina, why don't you go head inside? I'll wait out here.
No, that's all right. We'll send them out. Just give us a second. You came from that town. The only way you're getting inside that house is if you kill every last one of us.
And as I said, if we wanted to do that, we wouldn't have walked up.
Well, we'd have walked up behind a hail of bullets and mews.
You shut up back there.
Hayes at this point is just gonna sit down, light up his own joint of zebra weed, and just mellow.
All right. The unicorn who was guarding the door turns and heads inside. And about 2 minutes later, they come out. And I'm just looking properly. Why is Mina so much better than Hayes? Why is Chifundo literally just a ball of... Why are there 2 medicinal hazes?
Because somebody's high.
2?
Oh, God. I'm seeing 2 of them. No.
It's called a contact high, Moon. Go with it.
Jeebus.
So,
all right,
we've got Sunrise made out of emojis, we've got Chifundo made out of fluff, and we've got 2 medicinal lasers.
You know, haze is so high when you see 2 of them.
Yeah, when haze is so high that it's affecting everybody else's perception.
Why don't we have a quick stitch now?
All right. So the unicorn comes back out and just, hey, y'all looking for the cook?
Yeah.
All right. Yo, Captain Toaster, you're up. And out from the house walks out a Pentectron.
Well, that would explain so much.
Feel the disappointment from that in that line.
I think we can all sense the disappointment through the bramble.
Oh, remember, folks, always go with proper hoof-crafted goods, not machine manufactured.
The Pentectron kind of, for lack of a better term, be gone. Just slow walks up to the group. Designation cook. You have questions. I have answers.
Yeah, why are you cutting Mentos with baking soda?
What is cutting? I am following pre-programmed instructions on chemistry.
Wow. Is this thing like a 2nd grade teacher robot or something?
The unicorn, or the Pegasus, just kind of shrugs. I mean, Toaster's been with us for ages. Oi, Stoli, you patched up the robot, didn't you? The Griffin just kind of gives a hand. Yep. If you want to figure out what's working on or what's working with the thing, gotta go talk to the Griffin.
Huh.
Mina, literally, face hoofs. I don't suppose any of you boys have any cleaning solutions around here? Namely powders. I'm trying to remember what the hell is the name of that stuff again.
Borax?
Abraxo.
Abraxo.
I think so.
Yeah, that's what you cut it with.
Hayes is going to do his best to examine the Protectron.
Go ahead and roll it.
Okay.
It seems to be a fairly normal Protectron. It's clear that the thing had... No. Okay. Sorry, there was wet on my hand, and for a moment I thought I was just spontaneously bleeding. I'm not. It's nothing. But the Protectron has clearly seen some wear and tear. It's very clear that one of the legs was cobbled together from something else, and the other came from an entire robot. Came from an entirely different robot. Holy shit! Why are words hard tonight? And shut up.
Okay.
Shut
okay. I know you're trying to say came from, not Karen.
Oh God!
I understand you might have had to deal with a Karen today, Moon, but she's not here anymore. She can't hurt you.
Hey. making me laugh at first. Oh, okay. So yes, one of the legs came from a different robot, and one of the legs was repurposed back together from various scrap electronics, scrap metal, and some construction materials. Parts of its plating are missing. It has a slightly upgraded input port, and it's clear that whoever put this together had some kind of had some serious matrix tech knowledge, not to the same level that you do, Hayes, but this isn't baby's first robot.
Okay. His just my doctrine skills ain't limited to ponies. You want me to see if I can patch Captain Toaster here up a bit more?
Why don't you go talk with Dolly? She's a bit protective of the robot.
Fair enough. So Eyes would make his way over to the Griffin. How do you do?
I think it's that left. Lose. Oh, there he is.
Click the wrong channel.
The Griffin looks up at you. Yeah.
So you've been working on Captain Toaster there?
Yes, I have put together the toaster for very long periods of time. He is baby.
Well, just so happens, my expertise goes beyond just patching up ponies. If you want to, I could definitely take a look at him and see if I can fix him up a bit more for you.
The Griffin stops squatting and proceeds to stand up over here. Stand up to her full height, looking you roughly in the eye. Prove, little man. Prove that you know your stuff.
How do you want me to do that? Do you just want me to talk about, and he just proceeds to list off some technobabble.
She stops you as you start to list off, putting a claw right up to your lips. No, sweetheart. We'll do this the old-fashioned way.
All right.
She starts spewing off a number of quantitative problems, things that any common programmer would know. And so what we're going to do, because this character is better at hacking and technology than the GM is, this will be a series of contested rules.
All right.
So it is opposed hacking rolls. They do not have to be in a row. You have to beat her 3 out of 5. You have to beat her 3 out of 5 times.
Okay. So basically make 5 hacking and matrix rolls.
She absolutely stumps you with one of them. What is the what is your skill in hacking? I don't.
100.
Okay, can you please put that on the end of your roll?
Sure.
So I'm sure you've explained this before, Yvonne, but how come you've not got the Roll20 sheet set up?
I just don't. I just haven't taken the time to really fill it out.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna. Okay. I just need to know what the opposed number is, or what your total number is.
I was going to say the sheet works actually pretty good. It was made by Miske, so.
Oh, yeah, it's a real good sheet. It's damn fine regard. The last question, I think it's going to come down to this. Okay, you need to not fail this roll. All right. So it takes a series of back and forth questions, and it is very clear that she knows her stuff. However, you're just a little bit more versed in the tech than she is, and in all honesty, by the time all is done, she's just eyeing you up and just, little man, you are a bit more intelligent than you give credit for.
Well, thank you. So, you'll let me look at your robot?
Yes, please. You can take it up. She takes out her hacking kit, pops open the hoof-made access panel, and pops it in, turns it on, inputs her security and bypass code, and you now have the sheer source code for the thing, and it does have some defensive parameters, but this entire thing has been turned into a cookbot.
All right. So, first things first. He looks to me and then goes, replace baking soda in his recipe for mint tats with Abraxo?
I would, but is this thing really a cook?
So what you can see in there is that this thing is actually following some pre-war chemistry recipes. There's a little bit in the code that was damaged, and it's clear that she, instead of fixing the broken links in the code, just started adding in more code at the bottom. From her knowledge and from the conversation back and forth, it is apparent that her strength lies more in the hardware side of the Matrix tech as opposed to the software side.
Sure. So I guess what Hayes is going to do is attempt to fix those linkages fix the programming, and then basically undo her improvised corrections.
Give me 2 hacking rolls. It is the source code's a bit archaic, and it takes you a little bit to figure out what language it was being written in. But once you figure out that, the change arounds are absolutely easy enough to do. And about 15 minutes later, it's going through a soft reboot process, but it shows a much more completed and updated list on how to properly cook drugs. Because yes, this thing's designation was changed from information and public security to Chembot. As well, there are several other recipes in here.
Oh, really? Can Hayes copy the recipes into his pad?
Yes, but you are not linked up. You are not linked up using your pad at the moment. You are on her terminal, or her port terminal. Her hacking tools. Yeah, her hacking tools. There we go. That way.
Okay. So he hooks his as convoluted as this. Okay. So he'll take out his pad, show it to her, and mind if I copy a couple recipes onto this?
Please, by all means, handsome. Go for it.
He nods, thank you, and hooks it up into a spare port and downloads or copies the recipes.
Okay. You have the recipes for most basic drugs. Dash, rage, menthols, proper menthols, and cut menthols. Buff out. There is. Make me a luck check real quick. There is, as you're going through, it appears that someone had tried to input a recipe for Radaway, but they never finished the sequencing.
Okay.
It's not even an incomplete recipe. It just says Radaway ? And there's nothing underneath it.
All right. Now he's going to try to put in a couple recipes of his own.
Okay. You've already passed the hacking rolls, so what are you going to put into it?
Healing potion and rejuvenation potion.
That one you'll need a hacking roll for, because that one is technically not chemistry. Hold on, I might be wrong. But you'll still need another hacking roll, because that one's a bit more advanced.
The healing potion, isn't that an alchemy, though? Not a chemistry?
Healing potion is literally anything.
Okay.
Yup, you can teach it the rejuvenation potion. And yeah, so after you proceed to input the recipes for more things into it, she is very taken by this and, looks through to see the changes that you did. Oh, thank you. I'm going to have him try and prep this right away. Come toaster.
Hayes carefully unplugs his pad, and you're mighty welcome. You never know, you might find more customers interested in healing potions and rejuvenation potions than in the actual drugs.
Maybe so. She leads the Protectron back inside and leaves you there with your new recipes. Meanwhile, the Pegasus looks to Mina and is just, alright, tell you what. You wanted to do business. You are clearly trustworthy. He is literally doing wing quotes around trustworthy. Trustworthy individuals.
But of course, I'm a Philly Scout.
And that's the reason that we haven't taken our guns off of you yet.
It's fair, I understand.
Yeah, my sister joined the Scouts. I know the kind of shit y'all get up to.
But in the end, we sell drugs. And the finest cookies.
It's also the reason why I left. It's also one of the... You know what? That's not important. Let's have a talk about some things. You and I can strike up a deal. You can go back to whomever sent you. You can go back to this wandering cola and report back that you've managed to smooth out some of the dealings here. You can bring her. You can bring your whole team. We'll lower our weapons. We can chat this out like a couple of groups of civilized individuals. Nobody needs to die today. Everyone can party.
That's fair, and that's what we want.
Well, when you come in with the truth. You do not live this long in the wasteland and not be able to see through pleasantries and falsehoods.
Yes, but the truth doesn't always sound right either.
Fair, but the truth will keep you from getting pumped full of bullets.
Well, I
am a walking, living example of that phrase being wrong.
I'd like to have a word with you about that one.
The truth will set you free from this mortal coil.
There we go.
That works.
But yes, they're like, come, tell your group, tell your compatriots. We'll set out tables, chairs. We'll get food going. And I can drop this awful accent.
I wouldn't drop it too far. My friend, she is, use the same accent.
Oh, god damn it. Alright, fine. I will. It makes the Italians easier to speak like this. Perfectly honest.
Alright. Well, I will head back then and get the others.
Yes, actually, little Philly Scout, please. Stay here. Not so much as bargaining chip, but bargaining chip. I know that if you are here in camp with us, they are not going to firebomb us into existence. Into non-existence.
I wouldn't necessarily say that, but they're not going to.
I would feel so much more comfortable if you stay.
I'm staying right here.
That's good. That's very good.
So Hayes will just follow the path back and go, all right, we've smoothed things over, and they want to talk to us as a group. So just go ahead and just follow me back through the up to their cabin, and yeah, everything should be good.
Well, that worked out pretty well.
I like how they want to keep the Philly Scout, that they think that she's so innocent. Butter wouldn't melt in her mouth.
Are you absolutely sure?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if things go wrong, then we're closer at hand to sort it out.
So from what we kind of gathered is they're kind of the youth from the city that didn't want to follow as strict a path as the city itself does, and have just happened to find a warehouse full of clothing and guns, and Protectron programmed to produce drugs, and yeah, we smoothed it over because I programmed it to make more drugs.
I bet Mina was curious about that.
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure that's a good idea, making more drugs?
I programmed it with healing drugs.
Yeah, just gonna go with that. All right.
Hey, Sunrise, yeah, keeping up?
Yeah.
All right. So as the lot of you make it in and kind of make it up to here, as to not rehash and not go over that conversation again. As Sunrise, I'm just going to move you up. I figure this is a decent enough spot to call it. I'm sorry for the short session, but I'm not 100% sure how long I can keep doing the accents tonight. No, sincerely, that's killing my.
You don't have to do the accent.
Yes, I do. No one wants to hear my normal speaking voice for 5 hours.
One, he's right. Yes, he does, because he doesn't want to hear his normal speaking voice for 5 hours.
Everybody else is perfectly fine with it.
Don't make tea for 5,000.
2, I am socially out of it already because 4 hours at the post office was not a fun time today.
So you're not Luna.
Oh, God.
Come on.
Correct.
Who was thinking that one?
I am not Luna. I am definitely not Luna. I have burned most of my social battery dealing with people being upset at me in line because I have 12 international packages that had to go out.
Ooh.
I bet even the cashier looked at you and was like, "Oh, fuck."
Oh no, she was more than happy to help me and was absolutely wonderful, and I have nothing bad to say about her whatsoever, and that's with zero sarcasm. The people behind me, however, since there were only 2 cashiers, one of them leaned over and said, "How many fucking packages you got?" And I turned around and said, "This is what running a business when you have to quarantine looks like."
By the way, Moon, the stream is good with your normal voice too.
She was
No, but if we've got both Moon and Fia,
yeah, I know.
It's
Cinder was there. People were upset at the fact that I was literally standing at the counter that long while we waited. Because for those of you who've never mailed an international package in the United States, this is how it works. You put stuff in a box, address the box, and then go to the post office. At the post office, they have international forms that you're legally not allowed to fill out at home.
You literally can't take them home, and it's so fucking annoying.
You have to fill them out at the post office in front of the camera. So you fill out this form, and you have to press down on these fuckers because they're like they're 6-layer carbon paper.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Well, the post office has to have a copy. You have to have a copy. The customs office has to have a copy. The customs office on the receiving end has to have a copy. The post office on the receiving end has to have a copy, and the recipient of the actual package has to have a copy.
So by the time
This is what computers were invented for.
So
nope, fuck you, paper trail.
So once you do all of that, the postal worker then has to punch in the information that you filled out on the sheet of paper, not the address on the package, the information you filled out on the sheet of paper, into a computer, in a computer program that I'm just bitching at this point, really, because this is archaic and our government needs to step up their game, because I know Sophie doesn't have this bad of a problem trying to mail me something. But the postal worker, because at their post office, they just fucking scan it, and the computer fills in all the blanks, and the employee just checks to make sure it's right.
I'm going to put this into perspective. Back in 2002, I literally did that postal worker's job, except in the UK. No, even back then, even before the post office fully adopted computing for doing anything beyond acting as a fancy till, we did not have to go to this kind of extreme.
But what you're telling me is that the U.S. is almost 20 years behind the UK.
Yes. The real kicker with this computer part that she's typing in is she doesn't have a computer like we do where I can move the mouse around the screen and click on stuff. See, I'll show you. I can move the mouse around on this screen, I can click on stuff, and I can move it. Or I can go in here in my character sheet and change my numbers with a mouse click. Guess what she has to do?
Touch screen.
Nope, not even touch screen. Tab. It
Oh,
only goes one way, by the way. So if there's a mistake on the sheet, she has to go to the tab to the bottom.
All the way back to the top of the thing and then go back down again.
Not tab to the top of the thing. Tab to the bottom. Hit the back button. And then hit forward again and start over.
Okay, Moon, no. The US is not 20 years behind the UK. The US is 30 years behind the UK.
My God, they're still using 95.
Cinder was there with me to help with the social anxiety of having to stand there and do all this, also just to help transport packages.
I don't know about you, but we don't have that problem in California, so we've mailed international packages.
We have that problem in New York, so I don't know what the fuck's up with California.
This is the U.S. Postal Service everywhere, even in California. No, but the U.S. Postal Service, yes, you have to do this everywhere now.
Yeah, it's horrible. And
I can tell you have that problem in California because I mailed packages from BabsCon. At BabsCon, out to other people, and can tell you it's the exact same. So,
but yeah, the other carriers, not the Postal Service, but FedEx and whatnot, I'm pretty sure their system is automated because they'll charge you like $100 to mail a shirt.
So once they do all of this, they have to put a label on each of the carbon paper, 2 labels on the box. Hand me my piece of carbon paper, and then take out a plastic wrap that they slide the rest of the carbon paper in and slap to the side of the box. That's 1. We did 12 of these. You can imagine how long this takes.
So it sounds like they're using at least Windows 95, if not something earlier.
And
at least they're using one that works.
And I can tell you, there were a very large number of people, every time I looked back, that were looking at me like, the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, this is how you have to mail international and media mail. No matter how you want to do it, that's how you have to do it. You can't print media mail labels at home. You're not allowed. They have to be done at the post office because randomly they will inspect the package in front of you to confirm it qualifies as media. Or an international packages, the international forms, even though I take them home, if I fill out the international form at home and then bring it up to the postal worker and they didn't see me fill it out at the post office, they will tell me, I didn't see you fill that out here. You have to fill that out here.
What is the justification for that one?
Security.
In terms of what? It's a form.
It's to verify that I or someone in my company and within the company actually visited the post office and filled this out with intent with intent to send it, and to verify the person who signed the form is the same person. So if there's something illegal in that box and it gets to customs and customs goes, this is illegal, this person should be arrested, they now have a face and name to tie to the person who mailed the illegal object. Literally, that's the police. The problems with the police state is the reason why that's done. Why it's done this way.
Luckily enough, you're not doing anything illegal. You're just shipping your moral pony stuff.
So the ranting aside, the reason why I am both tired and fatigued is because my social battery is gone.
But can I at least introduce Sunrise to the gang leader? Because as soon as she walks up, I wanted to go. This is our leader, Wandering Soda. I mean Sunrise.
Oh, hey, Sparkle Cola, how you doing?
I don't need new nicknames, Mina. As adorable as that was.
The gentleman here was just not sure about your name.
I did try to take a nap. I only got like 15 minutes of actual sleep time before it was like, okay, you have to get up and set up the stream or it's not happening tonight. And then there was the slow, rugged, okay.
Why is Mythic Blade trying to willpower?
I was wondering why you were more okay with the pre-stream banter than the usual.
I was happy to sit in there for a little bit, and then I realized that I had absolutely zero social battery and zero energy.
Well, then it was a good thing you had Arvana and myself to lead this particular one, or we knew we were going to be doing this anyway. So
yeah, I knew you guys were going to be doing this anyway. So I figured, okay, I'm not. I can sit here, I can drink tea, I can try to recharge, and then towards about 2 hours in, we're now 2.5 hours in. I sent a message to the moon that says I have no social battery and I'm not getting any more today. Like I'm literally fighting a fight or flight response to sit here and talk.
Hey, I've been there. We've all been there. None of us are extroverts, and if anyone claims to be, they're lying.
For those who don't know, at conventions, I have a green room key just so I can go in the green room and sit down and no one bother me. That's the only reason I have it. I don't care about the free food or anything. I just want to go in there, sit down, and no one bother me.
See, I just get a Coke and then spike my Coke.
Anyway, Drinking Buddy, thank you for buying gift subs for Tanks for the Memories and Miss K. Yes, I pronounced that correctly before anybody says anything. That is actually
it's been so long since we've done anything with Tanks.
Sketchy and Qwerty and Lanzabi, thank you guys for tips. Hetty, I'd ask if you're sure, but I guess you are. Hetty's rejoined Patreon, so I have to move his name on the credits now. Stay Brony and Chris and Zabin and Pony Chick, thank you guys for the hosts. And Holtz and Qwerty, thank you guys for the bits. Linzabi, you have the hat, so I guess you can say goodbye first.
Well, this was a kind of odd little session, but...
No, it wasn't. I watched the two drug lords walk up to their meth head customer's house and talk to their meth head customers for 10 minutes.
It was
honestly,
we could call today's...
Honestly, it was awesome that some of the other party members got to take front and center. So, yeah.
So, we could call this episode Breaking Bone. And on that note, have a good night, folks.
Oh, no.
Yeah, bomb collar. Bomb collar.
Okay, I'm actually with your window on this one.
First off, we already have an episode called Breaking Pone, and it's the episode where we pass around the gender switch cookies. Second, bad.
I'm
as for the bomb collar, all you're gonna hear is.
I'm surprised that wasn't just Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Moon, your 1980s is showing.
Yeah, I know, because DTS has routinely tried to return to the 1980s. Oh, actually, that reminds me of something, but I'll save that until it's my closing point.
Also, shouldn't you really be shilling dames now that you've lost the...
What I was going to do with my closing point. You beat me to it, fuckboy.
Wait, can I get my closing point real quick? I need to go take a bio, because I've been sitting here for 2.5 hours talking. I'll be back.
You'll get to talk about dames in a different episode.
Oh no, the only thing I wanted to say was the Indiegogo campaign launched today, so please go check that out.
Yeah, do.
I'll rant about it later. Just the campaign went live today.
Hi everyone. I have this wonderful picture of Martini and Quickstitch, and Quickstitch suddenly going, crap, we're roommates again.
I'm fabulous.
Second, I have another present for everyone tonight. We got a new group picture.
Hey.
By our new artist, who does the pictures for the audiobook exclusively. She saw that we were looking for a new group picture and grabbed it instead, and I tried to stop her and then got beat religiously in British.
Good. Even got it right so far as Quickstitch having a white ear. Cool. Although I do have to ask, why are some of Nyota's stripes on his leg trying to spring free?
I'm not 100% on that one. I'm more interested in why Buddy and Alguassel are sharing beers.
Because they're just enjoying watching the train wreck.
And for my closing statement, Moon's going to channel his inner M.A. Larson to say, buy my book.
Buy my book.
Buy the book.
But no, just sorry it was a bit of a shorter episode. Thank you all for those of you who came and showed up and stayed, and I'm sorry for those of you who just recently tuned in, expecting this to be going for another couple of hours. I never know what sessions will be like until I sit down, but hopefully next week's is a bit more entertaining.
Moon, we have sessions as short as 25 minutes. And then we have sessions as long as 8.5 hours.
We have a 25-minute long session.
We had one where Fee was just like, no, I can't do this. It was fairly recently as well.
It was in March.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Right. Discord can't draw directly from my hard drive unless I upload. I keep trying to do that, where I'm just like, here's a link, and I'm like, oh, wait, it's not a Discord link, it's in my hard drive.
You just, Fee! Can you not just drag and drop?
Anybody else got anything to say before I hit close?
I just want to mention that just by joining Fiaura's Discord server, you can join us to play our community ARC server and community Minecraft server.
Yes, they're private servers, so there's no need to worry about like some rando coming in and trashing you, because we can kick the rando.
I want to say something, but I'm not.
I mean,
I'm back, by the way.
If you want to slap Fop Doodle, you go ahead.
No, he unfortunately killed all the damn birds anyway, except for two and then one died anyway.
No, he froze them, but anyway.
Oh, okay.
This is for Maddie rating us last night. We're returning fire. Good night, everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow for RimWorld.
Good night. And remember.
Oh, she cut it.
I cut it.